I've started pulling the bodywork off, as you can sort of tell. The fuel tank is actually just a cover. So fuel tank, you can see, is sitting there on the 450. That's just a cover, plastic cover. The real fuel tank is here. Bit of an odd shape. This is what made ZX12s a ZX12. The frame over the top of the engine, which, as you can appreciate, makes all that top end engine work so difficult. The velocity stacks are through here. That's your air filter location. The airbox is actually this part of the frame. Or, yeah, the actual airbox is that part of the frame, isn't it? So it comes from that ram air scoop on the front. I think if you turbocharge these, you have to do a bit of work to close off the intake properly. You may have to weld these shut. And some ducting on the front, I suppose, from your turbocharger intake, but we won't be doing that. Not yet, anyway. Underneath the tank is fuel lines, a bit of wiring to the fuel pump. The plan is we'll take this off, just fill it with this cleaning vinegar, which has already done one trip through a fuel system in Dad's CBR 900. I guess it's as good as any vinegar, it should be fine. So we'll keep pulling this apart, get the tank off without hopefully damaging anything, and yeah, we'll clean this up. Fuel tank's off. Was a bit of mucking around, wasn't too bad. It was just complications due to my fat fingers with these little plugs here, and these fuel lines really didn't want to come off, but they don't feel too bad. Well, actually, that feels terrible. That's horrible. We are probably gonna have to change that, because that is like, I am pushing with everything I have and that doesn't move. So potential for future leaks right there. Maybe we can just trim them a bit shorter. I prefer not to. They were a pest. One thing that was a pest was, normally I would just jam a screwdriver underneath the fuel hose and spray it with like WD-40 or similar with the little tube. I bought CRC this time, and the little tube did not fit on the nozzle. So I did everything I could. I jammed it in there, I swore at it, I spat on it, I hit it with my purse, did everything I could, and it just wouldn't come. So anyway, fuel tank off. It's leaking because it's not plugged. It's still got the original fuel in it. That is terrible stuff. It looks like piss, dehydrated piss. So it must be, yeah, feeling a little bit secondhand. We'll fill this up with vinegar, block all the holes off, and yeah, see how we go. So this is the fuel pump filter in there. Basically the whole sender unit's got something in here for the fuel level. I put a new pump in this when I bought this bike, however many years ago that was, and it still made some noise, so I think I might just fill it up with vinegar and see how she goes. I don't really care for the rest of it. We'll have a look inside. See, that's what we're dealing with. This flaky shit. Worse up the top. This must have fuel in it down the bottom, so yeah. Anyway, that's what happens when things get left for too long. Right, so this is now full of that cleaning vinegar. It's actually probably needs another 500 mils. I'll have to go get some tomorrow just to leave it completely full. I've given it a good shake around. The pump and the sender and all that's still in the tank. I don't think we've got anything to lose by leaving that in there. The fuel pump, actually, the plastic of it started to fall apart while I was playing around with it before, so I'll have to order one of those. hopefully this cleans it up enough that we can get it going. So I will push the bike back. I'll think about the injectors and bits and pieces, but I'm hoping that I don't have to do anything there. It might just run like a bag of crap for a bit once the old fuel gets out of the fuel lines, and hopefully it doesn't, you know, it's gone as far as the fuel filter, and then just all the particulates or whatever are all jammed in there. Yeah, we'll leave this for a week, maybe two, come back to it, and hopefully by that time we've got the tyres fitted and we can hit the key and with a new battery. Actually, yep, need to order a new battery, and yeah, ready to go.